I'm Thatbakerlady, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a little llama cake. So these llama cakes are actually a part of my Nailed It Mommy and Me cake kits that I did on my Instagram page, and that's at Thatbakerlady. So what you're going to have in each kit is 3 layers of cake, and this is a 5-inch cake. You're going to have your frosting. One's going to have a tip, the other one's just going to be plain bag of frosting. You're going to have your filling, and today I'm going to be doing the girl and the boy version. So I do have my girl stuff right here. So everyone is going to have the cake frosting and filling in each one. You're going to have your bag of fondant. This is the girl one, corn syrup, and a knife and a spoon. So I have the same thing over here for the boys. It's just different. So I'm going to be going back and forth working on my fondant pieces first between my girl and my boy version. So I'm going to start with the girl one first. And there is a little bit of Crisco in here, right here. This you can just use very sparingly. If it gets sticky, the fondant gets sticky to your hands, or I like to put it on the table so that it doesn't stick to my table. Also, you are going to need a rolling pin, and it is a good idea to also put the Crisco on that rolling pin so it doesn't stick to either the table or the fondant. So let's start with our ears for our llama. So we're going to roll out this white fondant first for our ears. Okay, go ahead and move that. You're going to take a little bit of your bright pink for the girl version and roll that out. And this is going to be the inside of the ears. So we can use our plastic knives for this. And don't worry about it being too perfect. You can fix it and kind of smooth it out as you go. So see, I just have my ears. And I'm going to put that on there, on the white, and then just cut that out straight from there. Don't have to worry about matching it up. Okay, so I have my ears done. This one's a little fat. Just thin that out. And I'm gonna rest these on a piece of wax paper. Now we can do our decoration as well. For the decoration, you're gonna wanna do some little balls. I'm gonna show you of each color. And this is for the girl and the boy version. I like to do about 10 of each color, and then we will do the little fringe that's going to come from those. Alright, so I'm going to put those aside for now. I'll be making more in a moment. We actually start our glasses for our llama. So for the girl version, you're going to want to get your darker pink and roll that out. And these are going to be the shades, the lenses for our glasses. The lighter kind of pink will do the frames. And if your fondant's a little hard, you can just work with it a little, play with it, roll it out. It will get easier to use. For the llama sunglasses, I'm gonna do hearts. And you don't wanna make them too big. They're gonna look a little more like goggles if you try to make them big. And our llama isn't going to be very big, the face itself, so you want to try to make it as small as possible. All right, so this is gonna be my first little shade right there. And then you can cut that out with your plastic knife. And this is just one of them. I'm gonna go ahead and move back and forth and start working on the boy version right now so that you can see how I did those shapes as well. Okay, and then those little edges you can just kind of push and smooth out. Like this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on my wax paper and start a little bit of the boy stuff so that you can see that part. I know it's kind of weird, I'm going back and forth here, but I don't want to have to make two videos. So again, you have your boy colors, you have a little bit of your Crisco. The black is going to be for the mouth. I did orange instead of the bright pink for both the ears and the nose for the boy version. So let's do this. All right, so this is gonna be the sunglasses, and I'm gonna do a little bit of a rounded square, maybe more rectangle side. All right, so let's roll this out. Okay, so we can start our little rounded out glasses for him. Just cut this right off. And again, just pat those edges, smooth them out. Okay, now I have my first shade to my boy sunglasses. Okay, so we are gonna be going and working on the mouth and nose. Excuse the barking dog. My sister's over here visiting. Okay, so you have a little bit of pink and black, and this is gonna be for the girl nose and the mouth. And for the boys, I did a little bit of orange. And they're also gonna have orange instead of the dark pink for the ears as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and make the little mouth. You wanna do just a little W. Again, our face isn't gonna be very big, so you don't want to do too much. About this size is good. So you can make your little W. This. And for the nose, it's just gonna be a little rounded out triangle. Just like this. And then we'll just add that right to the mouth. Oh, let me turn this around. Just like this. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and rest that on my wax paper as well. I'm gonna show you one other thing before I finish up my pieces, and that's gonna be the little decoration on the llama itself. Okay, so we started out making these little balls for the decoration. Let's finish up these. I'm gonna roll some out. Again, just a little bit of Crisco on when you're rolling them out. and this is gonna be for my fringe. Okay, so what I wanna do is just cut a little strip and cut little pieces like this. I like to do about 10 for each little hanging garland. Let me show you right now. Okay, that's good. And these, you don't need anything special to keep them together. You've been working with the fondant, so they are pretty sticky and warm. Just kind of twist them a little and they will stay. So what we're gonna do for our llama is we're gonna have a bunch of these little fringes hanging, and you'll see a little bit later exactly how, but I like to make a couple of these ahead of time so that when the cake is done, you kind of just need to add them on there. So again, I have my 3 layers already cut. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put half of my filling right here. Just push it down slightly so it sticks. All right. And there we go. So I'm gonna frost the cake just slightly on the sides because we are going to be adding some texture, frost some texture on the sides as well and the top, so we don't need to worry too much about making it a perfect smooth cake. So I'm going to use my bag of frosting without the tip first, and I'm just going to lightly frost the sides. You really want to use most of this frosting for the top because you do want this llama to be a little taller, more than white. So let me go ahead and start this. So because I am just lightly frosting it, I am going to skip like this, skip a layer. Okay, the rest I will put on my top. Just want to try to make it so that you don't really see too much of the cake, but again, we are going to be covering it. So don't worry too much. So I'm just going to do a little bit of an up and down motion to spread that frosting that I put, my layers. Just a little bit. Okay, so we can go ahead and smooth the top out. And just try to make it as level as possible. But again, if you don't, that's fine. You can always just add a little bit more or less texture on top to level that out if that does happen. Okay, so I am going to try to smooth it out a little bit. You do want to try to get one side of your cake, maybe a little part right here, like an upside down triangle, with the point face down, because that is where the face is going to be. So whatever side works out better for you to smooth out, you can do that for the face. Sit down so I can see it a little bit more level. So I have a little bit more frosting right here. So this is the part where I'm gonna try to smooth it out. My frosting is a little warm, so it's separating. Took too long doing my bun up pieces, which is fine. I'm gonna cover all those little imperfections. Okay, so I'm just trying to smooth this side out so I can add my face here. This is the side I've chosen to add my face. Okay, so this side is the only side that is smooth where my face will be. As you can tell, the rest is kind of a little choppy, not so covered all the way, which is perfectly fine. So this is going to be my frosted cake, and I'm gonna clean my edges up a little bit before I start adding my texture. So I'm gonna now grab my bag with my frosting, the one that has the tip. And this tip is a 33, commonly used for grass. So I'm gonna start with my face. I want to try to make an outline of that triangle I was saying around my face so I don't cover it completely. So what I'm gonna do, I'll try to show you this way, is I want my face to be as high as possible. So we'll do okay, so that's gonna be our top of our face. And I'm gonna go ahead and go down and then come inside here with both sides, kind of down and inside to make that point that I want for the face. It's kind of hard to do backwards, so I'm trying to do it like this and show you guys as I go. Okay, so there's my kind of like a little box so far, and then this is where I'm gonna do a V shape right here for the chin of the llama. And if it's easier for you, you can outline it first using your knife or maybe a toothpick or something. Alright, so this is gonna be my face. This is the inside of my face. So again, it's not too big. You want to leave room on the bottom because llamas do have a little bit longer of a neck, and if you can't really see that neck too well, it might look more like a cat or something because of the pointed ears especially. So now I'm just going to continue to frost it. I'm going to start on the bottom and work my way up with this texture because the frosting does fall with this tip. So I don't want to have to like go under the frosting to continue my texture. Okay, so here we go. See how my little face is right here, uncovered from the kind of textured frosting. Now I'm gonna start adding on my pieces and make the rope kind of that hangs around him. You'll see it right now. Okay, so first I'm gonna do the girl version and then I'll show you what it will look like the boy version. So I'm gonna add my ears on first, and you kind of wanna pinch them so that it will stay. See, make a little U shape right here. So I'm gonna add my ears on. I'll try to sit down so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, so I have my ears. Now I'm gonna add my nose and my mouth. So again, the girl version will have pink for the nose. And then I have my little black W for the mouth. Right, so there's my mouth and my nose. Now I'm gonna add the glasses I made, the little heart shapes. All right, so I also made a little three of them. Let's see, where did my other little piece go? I made 3 little pieces that look like U's, and these are gonna be the sides of my sunglasses. So it kind of gives it a little bit of a dimension with those glasses. And you just want to add them to the side like this. Go ahead and try to line them up straight. I don't want to touch you. Okay, so I have no idea where my other one went, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a small little piece for the middle part of my sunglasses with my hot pink as well. And just need a tiny little pinch and make my U, and then just add that to the middle. Just like this. Okay, so now I'm gonna start on the ropes around the girl before I finish her up and start on the boy version. So I made my pieces, my little fringe and my circles that are gonna be added onto this rope. So just whatever's left over, that's what you can kind of make the string to the garland with. And what you're gonna wanna do is just roll it out. Again, if it's sticky or kind of hard to work with, you can get some of that Crisco, the shortening that's inside the bag already, with the fondant. All right, and I'm gonna make 2 of these ropes. So I pinch that in half. So both of them will be orange. Okay, so just try to get it as thin, as long as you can, because again, this is going to go around the entire cake. Okay, so this is going to be my first one. I'm going to try to make the other one right now so that I can just add both of them on and then start adding on my little details on those. Alright, so I'm going to start in the front and kind of wrap these strings around so that they meet up in the back. And I like to crisscross them, so I'll show you right now what I'm talking about. This way. Okay, so you see it connects right here, and I kind of just overlap them. The back doesn't matter too much. So for my other rope, what I'm gonna do is make a little cross kind of right here so that you can see that there are 2 different ones. This one will hang down a little bit more. Right here. And then just pinch that off if you don't want to overlap them anymore. All right, so those are my 2 garlands that it's gonna be wearing. And this is what you're gonna add the detail directly to. So let me show you how I'm gonna do that. First, you wanna make, if you want, I'm gonna do a little pattern, kind of like an orange, orange, pink, yellow around them. And you can add them directly to the string. And I'll show you right now what I'm talking about. Just like this. You can see that, okay? So my top one, I am just gonna do just the balls. On the bottom, I'll have the little balls with the kind of fringe hanging from those, so that it's two different ones. So let me finish this up. And if you find that they're not sticking, that is why we have the corn syrup. And you can just dab a little bit of the corn syrup on any of the fondant pieces, and it's gonna act as an edible glue. So you can use that as well if for any reason it's not sticking, or maybe your frosting's dried up, or whatever difficulties you may have had. All right. So this is what I have so far on my top garland. So now I'm gonna start on the bottom, and again, these are gonna have the little balls with the kind of fringe hanging down. I can show you right now what that's gonna look like. Just like this. So again, I'm gonna add my pattern, and for every color, it's gonna have the matching color with the fringe on the bottom. So let's go ahead and continue doing that. Okay, so this is my girl version. So now what I'm going to show you next would be the boy version. And this is my boy version. So I hope you guys had fun with these Mommy and Me cake kits that I offered for Mother's Day. And again, if you're not really sure what is going on my Instagram page at Thatbakerlady for Mother's Day, I offered Mommy and Me kits, and they were these Who's Your Mama llamas, I like to call them. This is my boy version. I did the girl version as well. So what they had to do was I posted pictures of both the girl and the boy version. Everyone got to pick exactly which version they wanted to replicate. And then they would have to recreate the cake as close as possible for them. And again, this is a fun competition that the moms were able to do with their kids or child. So I really hope that everyone had fun. I'm making this cake or this video a few days before Mother's Day, so I don't know who's the winner. I don't know how they came out, but I'm super excited to see all of them, and I really want to know how you guys put it together, what kind of techniques you used, maybe what was difficult to you or what was fun about it, and I really like to hear about it. Thank you guys for participating. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if anybody tries this out after the Mother's Day event that we did.